What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. This is the car shipping business channel. My name is Jay. Thank you so much for joining me on a Tuesday night. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. You're going to know what to expect, and you're going to be able to click ahead with the time code links below this video. Thanks so much. Please leave a comment. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. Automotive Trade Shows 2022. What are you planning to attend next year? NADA, Car Conference, Digital Dealer, IARA, Used Car Week. Are you going to get a booth? How many people are going? Does everyone have their elevator pitch ready? And who have you met in the past at a trade show that has changed your business as you know it? And who are the organizations behind these trade shows? We're going to be talking about these things. To help me explore all of this tonight, we've got Martin Romjue, Paul Machin, Becky Anderson, Lawrence Moore, Skye Haulman, Bryanna Cox, Bart Schuster, and Ty Thompson. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tuesday Nights Live. Crazy times, crazy scheduling going on. Make sure, mic check, 1, 2, 3. You can hear me okay? Great. Awesome. Listen, first of all, I want you to feel welcome. Thanks so much for taking the time to spend some time on a Tuesday night with Auto Transport Intel, with the car hauling community, and more. Because we are going into, this is big scope, Automotive Trade Shows 2022. So please do say hello in the live chat. Feel free to jump in, post your company info, whatever you're looking for. Promote, share, ask, advise. We do all those things. We're going to go into industry news at the quarter hour. There's a lot happening, front of the store, back of the store, what's being talked about, social media, actual news, and trade shows. I've got a trade show information superhighway tonight. I don't do information superhighway very often anymore, but there is a lot to talk about. This show, you know, when I was putting this together, I mean, basically, I needed to do this anyway, so I made a show out of it. And then I'm bringing a bunch of friends around, and so we're gonna be talking about and sharing information that I needed to calendar and schedule anyways. Where's the show? When is the show? What shows are we talking about? We're going to be doing all that. That's coming up in the information superhighway. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to add Martin Romjue of Bobit Business Media. He's the content editor, and he's going to be talking about Car Conference. He makes it to IARA. He goes to Used Car Week. We're going to add Paul Machin. He goes to Digital Dealer and some of the other shows. We're even going to add we got a whole panel. We got Becky, Lawrence, Skye, Bryanna, Bart. Ty Thompson's going to make it in here too. So this is a totally full show. We have a full boat, but this is it's a pleasure cruise. It's an information, entertainment. You know the drill. You've been here before. But if you haven't, I want you to feel welcome. And please do remember this Automotive Trade Shows. This is for everybody in automotive. So please feel free to leave a like, click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link, text it, email it, share it on social media. And if you know somebody that's just trying to figure out, they're lost in car shipping, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, and ring the bell. Don't be shy. So tell you what, right after this, we're going to go into the live chat, and we'll be right back.
The ACV Transportation team is always looking to expand our network to safe and reliable carriers. As an ACV carrier, there are many perks that allow us to become one of the fastest growing carrier partners in the nation. ACV carriers have access to our job board with thousands of new jobs listed every day. You do not need to pay for access, and every job listed is exclusive to our carrier partners. Interested in a job? While you stage a job on the job board, no other carriers have visibility to that job for 15 minutes, giving you the time to make the best decisions for your business. Get paid within 1 to 2 business days. Our jobs are exclusively dealer to dealer, which means no more walking in large auction lots to find the vehicle you're looking for. Be one of the thousands of carriers who grew their business in partnership with ACV.
Dealer transport, peace of mind. Carriers pick up, deliver, and get paid on time. Join the nationwide network at acvauctions.com/ATI. Sign up with Carrier by ACV Transportation. The links are there in the live chat. And let's go ahead and say hello to the live chat. Kimberly's in here first. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Please let us know if this is your first time here. John Cochran is in here. Carlos Braxton is here. We do this a lot. We start off with these big topics like, wait. Last week, you guys were talking about new car hauler hurdles, and this week it's automotive trade shows. Where do you guys draw the line on this stuff? Well, yeah, it's not easily done, but thank you very much, Ty. ATI to the moon. What we're doing is we're taking automotive to the moon, and we're taking transportation with us. Transportation doesn't need to be the caboose at the end of the train as far as information, technology, and basically what's going on. I mean, I saw another post today, oh man, things are going to get worse. Yeah, well, when you're at the end of the information, yeah, things are always going to get worse. Let's move up to the front of the train of information and stop feeling like we're just like stuff is just falling, like the sky is falling on us all the time. It doesn't have to be that way. And so what we'll do is we'll keep the live chat open for a few more minutes. What's interesting here, here's a tidbit for you. Because I wasn't sure. Well, number one, everybody's schedules are crazy. The scheduling of the show was crazy. If you're late, no problem. If you got to go early, no problem. If you aren't sure and you just want to come back and watch later, if you got to wrap presents, if you're running Santa's workshop, whatever you got to do, it's no problem. The December business series, I've seen that December is totally wild. People have there's caroling concerts and missed flights and what have you. So it's no problem at all. Hey, what's up, Mark? Saying hello. It is going to be a great panel, and we're sorry you couldn't make it. And we're glad you were on the trade show. That was one of the requirements of this show is everybody on the show tonight goes to trade shows. They know why they go to trade shows. They know, some of the trade shows they definitely want to hit next year. One of the goals of this show is to teach folks that don't go to trade shows why going to trade shows is so great. Like, really, what's in it? Hey, what's up, Repo Ryan? The trade shows are unbelievable, and so it's time. We gotta get the word out. Again, let's take the back of the train, move the passengers to the front, so they know what to expect, rather than just hanging on for dear life. hoping to get some information, which is pretty much how we were doing it before. Well, we're going to stop doing it that way. That's what Auto Transport Intel is all about. And even though I may be the engineer, you are part of the community. So, jump in. It's not just the live chat. Candy, messaged me, Saturday or Sunday about technology podcast question. And Brian's got a podcast he's introducing. So, we are supportive of our fellow community members trying to raise the bar. We could do this together. And so that's another thing that I see at trade shows. By the way, mic check 1, 2, we're okay? At trade shows, people really do lend a hand, answer questions. You can get that one-on-one time. How are you gonna pick up the phone and contact a CEO at a company right now? That's probably not gonna work out so well. At a trade show, hey, excuse me, I want to introduce myself. I want to tell you about what I do in my company. I just want to take 1 minute of your time and talk to you, and suddenly you've just met the CEO of a company. I met some people at Used Car Week. I was positive I wasn't going to get to meet, and I met them, and we talked, and now we're buddies, and we're hanging out, and we're now we're not, but we are friends now. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. The live chat's over. We're closing the live chat. That's it. The garage door is coming down on the live chat. We got to get to the information superhighway. We got industry news next, so stick around, because right after this, we got industry news. We'll be right back.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Do you need an auto shipping quote? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter by Superflow Systems. Visit transportautoquoter.com. Also in the live chat, look at it, here we go. Mark Grodicke, ringing the super chat cowbell. Check out Pro ABD if you need a J-Tracker alternative. It's a great CRM to manage your auto transport business. Which, I'll tell you what, Mark, it just so happens I have anonymous confirmation that what you said is true. A great CRM to manage your auto transport business and an alternative to J-Tracker. We'll be talking about that more in the news. I did put the link. Here's what you want to see, that Pro ABD webinar sign up. It's tomorrow. Is that right, Mark? Check out the webinar. What happens to your auto transport broker software December 31st? I don't know. Are you being dropped? Might want to check it out. Hey, Chris, ring in the super chat cowbell. Thank you so much, Chris Chamberlain. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is the big show, and we do appreciate you being part of the community, finding us, chiming in, and Chris, we're gonna get you. Chris, we're gonna get you on one of these shows one of these days, because we really do want to talk to you. We want to find out, what your plans are, what you're thinking, what you're doing. We don't need trade shows. We have ATI. Wow, Ants. That is super nice. And in one way, that's it. If you can't make it to any and you don't want to go to any, and I know you're working, it's probably not about want. Hey, do you want to empty the dishwasher? Well, no, I don't want to, but I will. Well, Just like you may want to go to automotive trade shows, but you can't. So you can watch Auto Transport Intel. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Skye. It is a good ad for, and there's no doubt about it, that being notified that you got to move all your stuff out of the shed by the end of the month, and we're not talking about your stuff. I mean, years of your business needs to be moved out of the building by the end of the month. Wow, really? And we recommend this. Wow, that's incredible. Incredible. Those are major cojones you got there. Alejo Cristancho, Central Dispatch making a huge mistake. There it is. I could not have said it better. There it is. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And I mean, and listen, we all know that. That analogy, we all know it's not really cool to be moved out of your shed by the end of the month when you've been there for years. You're like a great paying customer. But that is, I'm pretty sure, I don't know how else to. All right, it's time to get on with the news, Jay. What is happening in the news? All right, so let's go to Automotive Trade Shows. This is a show where, what are we doing here? Hang on 1 second. I think I lost the, sometimes I lose the image. It just crashes. Okay, are we cool? Automotive Trade Shows. Here we go. All right. So, we like to go live at trade shows. We started doing that this year, and it's a great way to make more content, meet new people, make meaningful content, and bring information to folks that can't go to the trade show. And we love talking about it. We love sharing pictures of our friends and the conversation. It really is. It's awesome. It's a wonderful thing. It's wonderful for the industry. It's wonderful for transportation and logistics. So this is the information superhighway slide I'm going to show later. If you're quick with your phone, you can grab a screenshot before it goes away. 3 and 2, and it'll be back soon. So we're going to go through this list. It's going to be awesome. Auto transport industry, the ecosystem as I've identified it: OEMs, auctions, dealers, shippers, services, brokers, carriers, equipment, regulations, and loads. Well, when you're dealing with the automotive trade shows, it's really most of it. I mean, the shippers aren't there. Well, companies, fleets, dealers, yeah, true, fair enough. But those are the auctions and the OEMs and the dealers as the circles I've circled. Anyways, and like to say that on Auto Transport Intel, we not only talk about the back of the store, the transport parking lot. That's the obvious part. We're going to take you around to the front of the store. And we're going to show you what the sales guy's doing and the software he's using, what they're talking about, and the news thereof. Because it is 2021. It is the year of the hybrid. The hybrid is almost over. The hybrid is not almost over. No, the hybrid's just begun. Which means I got to figure out what 2022 is. I don't know yet. But as we like to say, when the auction is a packed house, well, that's why we say it's time for hot dogs in Lane 8. What is hot dogs in Lane 8? Just put out a podcast. Neat seeing some of the people that liked it and listened to it. Hot dogs in Lane 8 is the idea that we're going to have to learn to network digitally and virtually, because you used to be able to get a hot dog in Lane 8 at the auction and talk to the dealer that was buying cars and make a deal. But we're going to need virtual hot dogs. Maybe that's it. 2022 will be the year of virtual hot dogs. Okay. That'll work perfect. And there's Tim and Ty enjoying a hot dog at Used Car Week. And those are the hot dogs in Lane 8 guys right there. That's where it all started with Tim and Ty. We were talking about this Friday on Cars on the Move. Hot dogs in Lane 8. Not Lane 7. We love going to trade shows. Ty put it in the, he put it right there in the live chat. Right, so Alejo, now what do you do? Hey, we love that you've been a paying customer all these years, but you know what? You got to the end of the month, pack your stuff and get out. Okay. We love trade shows, and we learn, we party, we network, and there'll be great panel discussions. Great panels to kind of kick it off. And then there'll be great booths where you can hang out and get demos. And then there'll be panels at booths where you can get information while you're... Man, look, that is a lot of people at a booth listening to. But I guess it's not just a booth. That is an actual... That's from Digital Dealer. That looks interesting. We got to hit that next year. And then there's great lunches, hanging out, networking at lunch. What a great opportunity. Like Ty and I love to talk about. We met like an upper level OEM logistics management guy at lunch, randomly. Amazing. So that you can't. That I don't know how you put a price tag on that. There's awards. And the awards, you know, you get to know people and companies and get your feet wet, find out what's going on. Then there's great opportunities to get, you know, photos with folks that you admire. And then you share it on social media and you celebrate. More great panels. I mean, there's Bill Zadites hosting a panel at, I believe that was at IARA Summer Roundtable. And then Ty is in front of the booths. And then that's where we make the live content. We go live in front of booths, at the exhibit floor, outside of panel discussions. And the sponsors. Oh my gosh, look, I mean, you know these company names. You recognize so many of these companies. We get a chance to talk to them one-on-one, get a demo, put a name with a face, meet people. What an incredible opportunity to meet so many people at so many recognizable companies. You get a chance to look at the schedule, figure out what you want to do. Maybe this would be a good time to have a meeting with this person. I definitely want to make this session. And again, list of sponsors, etc. Spend time with Ty, one-on-one. It's time to talk with Ty about vehicle logistics. You can do that at the trade show. And then come up with ideas for some of your own marketing. I mean, what's to say this couldn't be your transport services partners with X category, Y category to do Z? You can do that. Blog about it. You don't have to name, you don't have to tell what the dollar amount is and what the exact contract is. But you will get new ideas of how to promote yourself. In fact, you may meet some of the people that you promote your new business with. Put a name to a face. This is Lawrence with Ty. Lawrence showed up at the conference because Ty said you should be here. So that's happening. We're doing that. And we're making new friends. Charge Across America. What's Charge Across America? We got to meet Don Brady face to face at Used Car Week. And then there's more panels. And people you had lunch with are up on stage. How cool is that? Then you can talk to them in the hallway. Man, you know what? That was a great point. And actually, I met a guy named Tony through a guy named Matt. And then 10 minutes later, Tony was up on stage talking. So then when I followed up with Tony later, because I had his business card, hey man, that was a great panel. I got some questions for you. Can't do that. Well, you can do that. You can do that at a trade show. And then there's magazines and information. This is vehicle remarketing, talking about new vehicle pricing. Here's another vehicle remarketing article, bringing it all home, right? IARACAR. Vehicle remarketing, and once you start to connect the dots, then yeah, you can, man, look at this. Do you see this? This is up on the IARA website. Go to you can do this right now. IARA.biz, and there's Auto Transport Intel from, what is that, a couple weeks ago? Incredible stuff, man. Connecting the dots. And this is a video that I made. I invite you to go check it out if you're looking for a running start of how to be successful at a live trade show. Let's see, networking video. Here it is. Here's the link. I put the link in the live chat. Cue that up. What's up, Mitchell Mack? What else we got here? Auto Intelligence Summit is coming up, and they're looking for speakers. So once you've been around the block enough, man, let's see, maybe this is for me. Maybe I should be speaking, right? And then find out, look, I just found that just in my blog post today on LinkedIn, on my social media post, Mike was saying women in automotive was incredible. He's on his way back right now. And so there's another trade show I guess I need to learn more about. That's awesome. And that's what this show's about. If you've got a trade show, an event, whether it's MATS or GATS or whatever it is, feel free to put it in the live chat. If the link doesn't go through, we'll try to let it through. But this is your chance to share information that you found really useful and helpful. Oh, here's a news flash. Park My Fleet is letting us know that Charge Across America is going to be on NBC Sports December 21st at 10 o'clock Eastern. 9 o'clock Central. Oh, that's next Tuesday night. What? Oh, it's on while I'm on. Oh, wow. Well, shoot. All right, then. There's your excuse pass. If you're not here, I know you're at Charge Across America. No problem at all. That makes sense. Hey, what's going on, Candy? Village Dues, Candy says. Thank you, Candy. 4444, lucky number 4. Really appreciate it, Candy. And how'd that podcast go? Candy was doing a podcast with a driver, and really excited about the authentic advice and problem solving, troubleshooting that she was experiencing and working on capturing that. Keep me posted. Let me know. Is it online? Can I share it? How can I listen to it? I want to know. This is how you get your car shipping news. It's on Tuesday Nights Live. And we thank you so much for taking the time to join us. You know, you can put it up on the big screen. And you know what's happening now. As I get my phone ready, I'm checking my messages. And, all right, so here we go. We are going to do 5 questions. Are you a car shipping guru? We're going to play Ask Larry. You can go to... Thank you, Candy. You can go to... where's the link? Do we have the link? Go to... What is it? dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. We do 5 questions on Tuesday Nights Live at around this time, 8:30 Central-ish. We'll do the answers on Thursday after 1 o'clock on Dispatching Live. Question number 1, here we go. The following statement best represents which organization? To serve and represent the franchise new car and truck dealers of America, their management, and employees. Ooh, good one. Is it AAA, NADA, Better Business Bureau, IARA? All right, so serve and represent the franchised new car and truck dealers of America. This statement represents this organization. All right, I know I have my guess. And I love this question. Very good. Thank you, Larry. That's a good one. Jay, Carlos, Chris, Ty, Mark, Ant Silverman, are you here? Greetings from Jacksonville. Many are here. This is what I was going to say earlier. Actually, what's interesting, this show had high interest on the email, but can't say there's a lot of people here. But again, I know people's schedules are crazy. It's a super long show. It can be caught later. Lots of people do that. So Carlos is here, Chris is here, Ty is here, Mark is here, Ants. I haven't seen Silver Mint. But we got some questions coming up, and I expect some crazy answers. So, Candy's got NADA. Yeah, I think it's NADA. I'm almost positive that's what I'm going to go with. All right. But I'd be curious what the mission statement of AAA is. All right, here we go. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2019 Honda Civic from Southport, North Carolina to Westport, Washington? Honda Civic, $890, $1055, $1395, or $1655. Wow. So we know it pays well because $1,600 is up on the board, which it should. I mean, especially because this is right now. So you're talking December, Honda Civic, Carolina to Washington. I'm gonna go with $13.95. I'll bet we can find a 9 car to pick it up for $13.95. Shoot, you could probably find a 9 car to pick it up for $10.55. But I'm gonna go with $13.95. Yep, there it is. You can submit your answers to win. Go to dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. Now, Gerard is not messing around. He's going to go with $16.55. And I'd say that's a pretty wise answer. But we haven't had the pricing. Well, seems like I've said this before because we hear it at the conference. Record dealer profits. You hear this. Record dealer profits. Not once have I heard record carrier profits. There, I said it. Okay. So yeah. And man, you got to join us Thursday on Dispatching Live after 1 o'clock. Find out these answers. I wish I had them. I just don't have them. What was the best-selling car in 1973? Honda Accord, Porsche 911, Chevy Monte Carlo, Toyota Camry. This is question 3. Best-selling car in 73. Seems like Honda Accord's on any multiple choice about a car. Honda Accord's on there. Best-selling car in 73. And I think I say Accord. Camry... 73? It's got to be the Monte Carlo, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't sound right, but 73? Could be. Our hands are in all kinds of pockets. That's a heck of a mission statement. It is the Monte Carlo. You're not calculated. Yeah, exactly. I know. Well, and this is why we talk about. That's part of the problem. The animosity, as it were. The gap I'm trying to bridge is when you tell folks about fuel cost, you hope they'd listen. Yeah, Monte Carlo seems to be... Okay. All right, so we got 3. I'm 3 for 3. Is that... Well, I never win. I never get 5 for 5. Question 4, here we go. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2018 Audi A5 Coupe from Westlake, Oregon to Chicago, Illinois? Is it $10.50, $12.65, $14.95, $16.90? Audi A5 Coupe, Oregon to Illinois. I want to say $14.95. I never pick the highest one, but it is sometimes the highest one. So, but I'm going to go with that. I'm going to give it a shot. $14.95. You call, we haul, AAA. Interesting. What is the... Okay. By the way, did you know that Larry... This is Larry, the Transport Auto Quoter Llama. He knows his stuff. Go ahead and test him. Alexa, open Quotify. Make sure you enable the Quotify skill. He's not messing around. He knows the current market rates. This is what it will move for. I'm going to go with $14.95. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, here we go. Question number 5. Let's do it. Oh, John's got $16.90. It should be $16.90. I'm going to go with you. I agree with that. $16.90. Join us Thursday, John. Yeah. It's a good guess. Blank supports the automotive community through its educational platforms that foster professional growth, networking, and meaningful connections. Is it NADA? Is it Digital Dealer? Is it Better Business Bureau or AAA? I know my guess on this one, too. It's a guess. But I know who I'm going to guess. Hey, what's up, Paul Machine? Paul Machine is in the live chat. tell you the honest truth, I do not care what type of car it is. All depends on the mileage and how far the car is going. Well, that's interesting. I definitely could see what you're saying, but in the game of rates, the type of car usually plays a part, but not all the time. I hear what you're saying, Gerard. It's a good point. Anybody with a guess? I can tell you my guess, but you're gonna have to drag it out of me. AAA? Well, tune in Thursday. Let's find. I'm not sure, but let's see. Let's find out. But I do want to thank Larry. Thank you, Larry. Don't forget to go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider. Let us know how we can help you. Let's put you in touch with Ty, get you an email, get you some videos. We'll point you in the right direction. Like I had one today. Looking for dispatching help, was looking for one-on-one training. I got a bunch of videos you can watch. Join us on Thursdays, and we'll see, and we'll, hopefully you tune in and we can help you out. So it'd be cool. Let's do this. It is time for it's time for me to take a break. Yeah, listen, everybody get relaxed because we got second half of industry news coming up. Got a little bit of super. What is it? Oh, it's information superhighway. That's coming up next. Clearly, I need a break. 35 minutes straight talking. I'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Do you need help staying loaded or moving a car? That's the voice of Sue. She runs a dispatch office. She's a fully licensed broker. She's also my co-host on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. Learn more. Visit murphyautotransportservices.com. I just Googled the 44 because I saw Mark said, "Hey, Candy, nice super chat 4444." So I Googled 4444. Do that. Launch another window. Type in 4444. Meaning, I just typed in the 4 4s, and it means, well, somebody put in the live chat what it means. I don't want to make it easy, right? Because that wouldn't be a challenge, now would it? Okay, second half of industry news. Here we go. Texas dealership helps customers track down vehicles. Street Volkswagen of Amarillo created a program called Car Catcher to help locate a specific vehicle for a customer, even if it's out of state and off-brand. In transportation, stay with me. People want the car and don't want to have to drive to Oklahoma City or Dallas or whatever. They'd rather deal with us. We charge them a flat fee to do it, and they love it. We do all the work. The program has resulted in incremental monthly vehicle sales for the store and has helped the dealership get trade-in vehicles and retain customers who weren't able to find the exact vehicle they wanted on the Street Volkswagen lot. Volume has increased to 15 car catcher deals a month. It's not too bad. And the goal of the program is to acquire trade-in vehicles, create an opportunity to sell a car, create repeat customers who will retain for future sales and service, and possibly refer friends. Making it work requires a standard operating procedure. Starts with a customer form. Job roles are defined so employees know who will be responsible for searching for the vehicle, filling out paperwork, and you can't see it. Well, it says it there. It's arranging for the vehicle to be shipped. Okay. Remember this meme? I know, it's a goodie. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Shipper says to the broker, "Hey, I thought you had GPS." Broker says, "Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's great." And the shipper says, well, that dot hasn't moved in weeks. Oh, the driver didn't turn the app on or threw it in the trash. Well, that ain't going to matter anymore. ADESA deploys automated vehicle tracking solution across North America. ADESA recently completed deployment of its fully automated vehicle tracking solution with its partner Core Connect, a scalable hardware design company. Combines a state-of-the-art mobile app with a world-class GPS-enabled IoT, Internet of Things device to help customers and employees locate vehicles faster at ADESA's more than 70 North America locations. It allows us to provide sellers with accurate real-time visibility into the vehicle location and security while enabling buyers to quickly and easily preview, check out, and transport purchased vehicles. Say what? It's affixed to each vehicle upon arrival at ADESA. The IoT devices can be accessed through the vehicle locator functionality of the ADESA Marketplace app. And by the way, not only did we stick it on there, so you don't have to, there's nothing to turn on or off or throw away. They'll take care of it. The device operates on LoRaWAN technology, which means it reduces the power consumption and enables the IoT devices to last up to 10 years on a single little battery. So now they're going to know where the car is. All right, fine. Go ahead and leave your GPS off. No matter. Hey, Toyota's going to start charging owners who want to start their vehicles remotely. Doing what? Although other automakers have also moved into the subscription world for their services. If you never thought you'd see the day when you would have to pay to start your car, brace yourself. Toyota has announced that car owners will have to sign up for a subscription service if they want to start their car with a key fob. Right? Thinking about drivers right now? If a consumer has a 2018 model year or later Toyota vehicle equipped with Toyota's Remote Connect functions, then the vehicle must be enrolled in a subscription program. If the owner wants to use the key fob to start their car remotely, it's $8 a month. But it comes with a free trial, I guess, so if it's a new car, shouldn't be a big deal. Used car, hopefully they pay their bill. Oh no. What about repossession recovery? Nobody paid the bill. Does a key fob work? Not this problem. Toyota isn't the only company that's turning to a subscription model. Look at that. Tesla drivers pay $200 a month for access to the company's full self-driving option. Pay for play. Mercedes-Benz gets world's first approval for automated driving system. It's level 3. Drivers will be able to take their eyes off the road at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. It said, read a book. Yeah, right, read a book. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. So-called level 3. It's called Drive Pilot. It debuts next year. See, we're not talking about, 2,400. We're talking about next year. Yeah, dude. And on this chart, okay, what is level 3? Right? Is this a DEF CON deal? So, level 0 is manual driving. Level 5 is robot space city. We're at level 3 next year. Whereas in certain situations, the driver can turn attention away from the road and watch a movie. Or, read a novel. Time to catch up on world peace. You've been wanting to read it. Probably sports programming and video games. Run Buggy integrates with CDK Roadster to streamline home vehicle delivery. Run Buggy, car transportation marketplace, announced an integration with CDK Roadster, digital sales platform from leading automotive retail technology company CDK Global. This is big news. CDK is a huge company, and Run Buggy is the new partner. Seamless connectivity between the two solutions enables dealerships nationwide to offer consumers an end-to-end car buying experience online, including home delivery. Big news. More reliable rail network for North America. It's a merger of Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern to create the first truly integrated single-line North America Class 1 rail network. Bodes well for the auto industry. It's not one of the monopolies or whatever? No. Okay. The combined company will have a much larger, more competitive network operating approximately 20,000 miles of rail, employing close to 20,000 people. That's one person per mile of rail. It's not in the news story. And generating total revenues of approximately $8.7 billion based on last year's combined results. It'll be the first truly integrated single-line North America rail network. Yeah, that's pretty big news. Hey, K-Line is developing an ammonia-powered carrier. Really? Ammonia, one of the most promising future fuels for the deep-sea shipping industry. It doesn't emit carbon dioxide during combustion. Zero emissions. Ammonia. How about this one? Here's another one. Maersk is using new methanol. Methanol? Bunch of methanol heads. Okay. Octillion shipping 1,500 battery packs per day globally. Octillion Energy. It just caught my eye. I know we're getting far afield here, but they just achieved a milestone of more than 1,500 battery packs a day. Expect to hit 2,000 packs a day this month. Over a year, that's 200,000 battery packs, which equals more than 3 gigawatt hours. So there's your batteries. Yeah. We're not talking 2,400. It's next year. It's Auto Transport Intel. It's 4 times a week. And in fact, we're going to start at 7 p.m. Central Time, starting in January, which I'm not real excited about. I have a process. I have a schedule. But I know it gets late. I'm tired too. I had a soda. DOT compliance, noon every Wednesday. Make sure you join us if you've got any compliance questions. ELD, IFTA, IRP, CDL, trailer rating, FMCSA, clearinghouse, all that good time stuff. Where we talk about how we doing. Don't be the flip of the week. Fix it. Dispatching Live, load board search advice. Thursdays at noon. That's a 90-minute show. It goes fast. Trust me, because when you're booking this, man, you need help. In fact, Mark says, hey, I just finished parts 1, 2, and 3 of car hauling dispatcher training. Thanks so much. Working through setting up myself as a new carrier. Really appreciate your channel. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. Cars on the Move, where we connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. That's every Friday at noon. That's a 30-minute show. And we got a special guest this Friday. Speaking of trade shows, so we're at Used Car Week, and we're at the Ship Your Car Now booth, and that's how this came together. We are going to have Michelle from Ship Your Car Now with a special edition of Cars on the Move this coming Friday, Holiday Transport Prep. Check it out. That's going to be cool. A week ago, we had New Car Hauler Hurdles. That is not a money fountain. It is a black hole. Don't get caught in the hole. Move with Pro ABD CRM. We talked about it. We set it up. And we're going to keep on saying it and saying it and saying it. I'm going to share that. Here's the webinar link again. Did somebody tell you you're going to have to move your stuff at the end of the month? And good luck with that. Well, shoot, man. Don't do that. Move with Pro ABD CRM. Sign up for the webinar. It's in the live chat. Now you don't have any excuse. Do that. And in fact, here is the... we put it out on LinkedIn. Is an auto transport broker software dropping you? Come on, man. Get the webinar. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we have the actual... Why is Central Dispatch... By the way, why is Central Dispatch shutting down JTracker? Is it Central Dispatch doing it? Or... I don't know. Alright, whatever, man. Whatever, you guys. Out with the old, in with the new. There's a webinar tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central. And hey, have you been good, Jay? ATI Santa. Well, thank you very much. I do like the red one. And, yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. 1 hour earlier, yes, we're going to start 1 hour earlier next year, so I hope that helps your schedule. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. My name is Jay. I'm your host. And do me a favor. What we're going to do is right after this, we're going to go into the information superhighway, which will lead us right into Ty. You might be in the... What I'll do, Ty, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. We want Martin, Paul, Ty, be ready. And then I'm going to go into the information superhighway. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? Frustrating? Time-consuming? At the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit blackwidowimaging.com to schedule a live demo. Black Widow Imaging provides high-resolution 4K images for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, port, fleet, transportation, insurance, and more. Schedule your live demo at blackwidowimaging.com. Thank you so much for jumping in the live chat. Yep. Yeah, I see Paul. Most people are, 2/3 of the people that tune in are East Coast or East Coast time. So, yeah, hopefully that does help. Let's go ahead and jump right into the information superhighway. Here we go. So there is that's my list of Automotive Trade Shows 2022. NADA, NADA, NAAA, Car Conference, Auto Intel Summit, Auto Haulers Association Spring Meeting, Digital Dealer, IARA Summer Roundtable, another Digital Dealer, Global Supply Chain Live, Finished Vehicle Logistics, another AHA Fall Expo, and Used Car Week. Here, let's make the screen bigger. There we go. So NADA is the first one that I know of next year. That's in March in Vegas. And what NAAA has done is they used to have their own show, but they're going to be a part of the NADA show next year. I don't know if that's permanently, but it's called NAAA Total Access, and it'll be March 10th through 13th in Vegas with NADA, near NADA. Not 100% sure on that. I got the web links. You see the links right there. You can go to those links. If you need help, if you need me to post it. Oh, you just got signed up? Awesome. That's super cool. Thanks, Gerard. And keep me posted. Let me know. You know, we have accountability and visibility and transparent ability and all those abilities. Let me know what you thought. Send me an email. Send me a message. Send in the news, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and say, listen, you could say, that was the most incredible, insane, awesome webinar I've ever seen. Or you could say, that was not the most incredible, insane, awesome webinar I've ever seen. I want to know. Let me know. Keep it on the down low. Or on the up high. Whatever, whatever floats your boat. Car Conference is also in March in Vegas. Auto Intel Summit. Now, let me say this too. Car Conference, that is Martin Romjue, Bobit Business Media. He's going to be here. We're going to be able to find out exactly anything we want to know about Car Conference. That's coming up. Auto Intel Summit. Oh, did I lose my thing? Auto Intel Summit is one of the first conferences Ty and I went to. We show up, and everyone's talking about fintech, so we know exactly what it's like to walk into a conference and be like, uh-oh, what am I doing here? We know. But we conquered, we learned, we met people, and we said, hey, we're into transportation. Some guys, I remember a couple of guys were like, what? But you know what? Why not? And then Auto Haulers Association, we've been to that one too. We're going back May in Atlanta. That'll be great. And that's where, that's where you see, we're talking mid to large auto transport business owners of companies. The owners aren't mid to large. The companies are mid to large. There might be correlation. Digital dealer. Now that's where you're going to see the dealers. We're going to send Ty to Tampa to go to that one. Digital dealer. There's 2 of those next year. IARA Summer Roundtable. Man, Ty had such a hoot at that one this year that he's going back. This one's going to be in Nashville. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not. Then we'll send it back to Digital Dealer. I probably won't be at the Digital Dealers. I probably won't be at the Automotive Logistics ones. We love those conferences, though. That is global. No kidding. I mean, you will meet people from other countries at those shows. It's wild. It's really interesting stuff. Finished Vehicle Logistics. Then, excuse me, back to AHA in South Carolina in the fall. And then wrapping up with Used Car Week. And I thought Bill Zadites, did Bill say that Used Car Week's going to be in San Diego next year? I thought he said that. But I couldn't find a link to it. And if you see a question mark, it's because I couldn't verify the information. But otherwise, all the stuff leading up to October is correct. So, okay, let's do this. Let's get Martin. Let's talk to Martin for a minute. I think Ty is still wrapping up the work he's doing. So let's go ahead and get. Let's do this. Let me change. Just go ahead and take these names off here, Martin. All right, here we go. Please do help me welcome. We got Martin. Martin is content editor at Bobit Business Media, and he can speak about Car Conference. What's cool is we met Martin at Car Conference in June of this year, and already have spent time getting to know him better and learning more about, well, let's see, we've had him on some of our live stuff, and so it's cool. It's a pleasure to have him here. Please help me welcome Martin Romjue, content editor of Bobit Business Media. Martin, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. Welcome back to Tuesday Nights Live, man.
All right, good to be here.
All right, cool. So, hey, did you see, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Did you see, let's see here. Not that. I want to share my screen. Did you see my list here? Did you get a chance to check that out?
I sure did. I saw the whole thing.
What do you think of, am I missing things? Do you have information I don't have? What do you think of this list?
I didn't know there were so many options.
I know, that's what I was thinking originally.
It's a very thorough list. It looks like there's something for everybody. I do know that Used Car Week will be in San Diego.
San Diego, okay. I think I can update that. Do you know when it is?
No, I can't remember the exact dates.
Right. But do you think it's November? I think
yeah.
So. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. So San Diego, that awesome. So we got, and now I don't have it on here, but somebody said I needed to add, let's do this. Let's copy this. I need to add women in automotive. Do you know about this conference? I think it was December.
I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you exactly.
I know. I don't know where it was. I mean, I saw some posts on LinkedIn, and again, that's what's useful about social media is you see posts about things, and it starts the awareness process, and then hopefully raises curiosity, and then and then you go from there, and suddenly you're at the darn thing. How about NADA? Let's start with NADA. Do you plan to go to NADA? That's a big one.
I'm not quite sure yet. I have to evaluate the whole travel
I know, right?
schedule.
Just I'm just throwing him in hot water here. He's
Yeah,
getting in trouble with
you
his
know, it's
bosses.
entirely possible to basically just have your entire work year revolve around shows and conferences. It's not just the ones listed here. There's many in other areas of the industry that are worth going to. So it's a lot of choices.
Well, and that is part of that's what helped me realize this is a whole show because you said it well. You can plan your travel schedule around these conferences if you want to. And you still got to fit in a vacation and actual work. But there is really a lot out there. And I know there's several shows that apply to dealers that aren't even on here. I don't know what they, and actually, I believe what I said is correct. Although Digital Dealer, that's why Digital Dealer got added. I didn't pay any attention to it until later this year. Like Paul Machine's going to talk about Digital. Yeah, he said he's in the live chat. Paul says, I love Digital Dealer. It's a great show. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I just found that out. I mean, I'm sure it's a great show, but I think there's more there than just dealers talking about process. And actually, did you see, I caught, there was a session with a dealer sales coach at Used Car Week talking about process and these diamonds with these like code words of how to talk to customers. How about the fourth day of Used Car Week where they were doing the oh man, what was the thing where they were judging entrepreneurs of businesses? Did you catch any of that?
I pretty much stuck with the remarketing side of things, but they definitely had
Man,
an interesting entrepreneurial dimension to it that had a lot going on.
one of the things I've realized, and that's why I'm kind of hooked on these shows, is they really make you think about how you're approaching your business, what your messaging is, what your marketing is doing, what's your process, how do you get new customers, how do you follow up with customers, how do you troubleshoot, what technology you're using. It's intense.
Yeah, it's you have a lot of information being thrown at you, and you have a lot of people who are relaying many worthwhile ideas. And I always recommend either recording it on your iPhone or taking furious notes so that you have a lot of takeaways.
Right, you are a note taker, right? You're on your laptop. Let's go look at Car Conference for a second. Can you do you want to talk about Car Conference? This is coming up in March.
Yes, we're back on our regular time of year. It's always been in March because of the whole 2020 COVID situation. We had it in June last year. And the conference will be once again done in tandem with the International Automotive Remarketers Alliance, which has their winter roundtable in the day and a half before the actual start of CAR. And there they will have committee meetings, they will have a keynote. It in many ways will kind of be a modified version of what we had in San Antonio in August. And then we will, of course, get into the main session agenda, and there will certainly be a lot of topics. In fact, we're trying to still select and narrow down many of the different subjects and issues that we'll be discussing on the various panels and speaker presentations.
Vehicle inspection technology, aftermarket restyling accessories, auto transportation services, cleaning systems, legal tools, relocation, remarketing, dealers, consigners, auctions, leasing companies, fleets, car rental.
Basically, anyone who is anyone in this industry should be attending. It's got something for everybody.
And that's what we're seeing. I think more and more, I think that's what's opening up other shows for other folks is Yeah, the verticals are connecting. It's so cool.
Yeah, you're not just doing business in a silo. You're having to, even if you're not directly doing business with another area or vertical within the industry, you are at least coming into contact with professionals from that vertical, and you need to know what they're doing. You need to be aware of the wider picture, and that's one of the wonderful things that these conferences and trade shows do. They focus on your world and your business, but it also connects it to the wider world, the economy, the business sector, so that you can connect the dots and get the most accurate picture of where you stand.
Well said. Thank you for that, Martin. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add Paul Machin. Let's find out more from Paul about Digital Dealer. Here's what I'm going to do. Martin, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room for a second. I'm going to give Paul the stage, and then I'm going to bring you back shortly, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So Martin's going back in the waiting room for a second. Paul is getting all set. So if you've got... Ty's like driving to the show. Yeah, if you've got a comment, a question about any of the shows that we talk about, or the ones that we don't talk about, please do put it in the live chat. And I want to say this too: if you are, if you are, if you're a driver and you want to talk about MATs or GATs or AHA, put it in the live chat. Absolutely, because some of the conferences others don't know about. It helps. It helps everybody. It helps the conversation. So feel free to put it in. I do now want to wish a warm welcome to my friend Paul Machin from Black Book. Paul, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Hopefully you guys can hear me too.
I can see you. I can hear you. Director of Strategic Accounts at Black Book. Paul, please say hello once again.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back on the show. It's been about a month or so.
Only a month? Well, you're coming back to the well part, but before that, I think it was a little while. Was it a little while? Maybe.
Well, there was a bunch of conferences in the middle. The summer tends to ramp up. Conference attendance and stuff.
You were at Digital Dealer a couple times. Please talk about Digital Dealer for those that weren't there. I wasn't there. Tell me more about it.
So I fully expected that Digital Dealer this year would be jam-packed with dealers and SaaS providers showcasing their new solutions to answer the call. You have to become digital, whether it was digital retailing solutions for online sales, from A to Z. I can buy my car online. There were a handful of providers there that, well, once that's done, how do you get the car to the consumer? What does that process look like? How can you make that a part of the negotiation process so the consumer can choose? Kind of like how we do with Amazon. Free delivery in 7 days. If you want to pay $250, you get the car, on this particular day. If you want to pay so much, you get it within 3 days. Those are the kind of options that I got to experience when I went to Digital Dealer. The entrepreneurial mindset is just phenomenal there.
So, and that's where because I talked to like John Robertson from Ship Your Car Now. I know Ship Your Car Now was there, and some other folks that he talks to, which fit into, yes, the digital solutions, SaaS, right, solution providers. I think there were some transportation. I don't know if there were like equipment carriers there, but there were brokers and solution providers there. Did you get a chance to talk to anyone specifically in transportation?
I got to speak with Don Brady.
Okay.
When at Tampa, we connected there, and there was another gentleman that thought I had his business card. I was going to show it to you guys tonight, but I didn't get it.
It's funny on the business card thing. So I take a bunch and I hand them out, but I know like I'm getting less and less back in return.
Right.
So that's where I'm. What I do is I take my phone. Here's a pro tip, camera one. If you can't get a business card, you don't know. I send myself emails. This is how I keep track. I'll send myself an email while I'm standing with somebody. What's your email? And I'll be like, okay, I'll send myself an email. Here's their email. Follow up. Let's do this. Let's talk about this. And it actually helped me a lot because then first week of December after used car week, I was going through my emails, following up with people because you got to stay organized.
Yeah, I actually do. I do text. I have my own virtual business card, but it requires I get the business card from whoever I'm talking to. I verify, is this your cell? Great, I'm going to send you my virtual business card. And then I, like you with emails, I go through the text, match it up with the business card. But I'm sure I'll reconnect with the guy soon, probably at NADA. I do a really good job at the conferences promoting. If you're here, you really need to attend NADA.
Perfect segue. So tell us more about NADA in March in Vegas, what that show means to you and your business.
Well, when you attend that conference, when you see how large it is, it consumes the entire conference facility connected to the West Chase Hotel Conference Center. So about 98% of the businesses that you see there are our partners in some way, shape, or form with Black Book. They're using our data in their back engines. So for you name it, they're using it some way, somehow. So it's kind of intimidating when you go there and you see all these different providers, whether they're a DaaS provider, SaaS provider, task provider. I mean, just any one of those segments. I mean, there are some new ones. Mobility as a service is a new one I learned from Digital Dealer. There was two people there. So you'll see some of those that are there. And those are good partners of ours. So for me and what it means the Black Book is I get to go around and make sure everyone's good. We're taking care of them. Our data's working. What I love the most about that is the brainstorming that we get to do. You know, what else can you use data for? What else should you be considering? And if you remember earlier when we first started talking on ATI, when we went into the EV space, I was I wasn't trying to scare everyone. I was just alerting the group to say, you got to start planning. What does it mean to you? You've got a 12-car Spider, but you can now only haul 5 because of the weight limitations for the battery. And I can't remember who it was, but someone on the chat room said, what? I can only haul 5 cars now? I'm like, yeah, you have to start thinking this way because it's not 10 years out, it's now. And a place at NADA is where you get to see and hear all of the different ways that everyone that's there is thinking about what they should do, not just next year, what their roadmap is for the next 5 years.
You know, it's interesting. One of the things going through my mind is like, so I go to NADA, and that show is so big, and the booths are enormous, and the companies are big, that it is very intimidating your first time there. Now, I mean, I muster it up, and I go and start talking to people.
Right.
But I know, like, I guess I'm trying to help figure out for somebody that, again, if you feel lost in this world and you walk in, how can you conquer this show or at least feel successful? I don't know the answer to that.
Well, for me personally, it's engaging. If I see a new booth, I walk up and I just start talking to people. Tell me about what you do. Show me what your solution is. How are you planning to gain some market share? What is your conversation like? I'm a dealer, or I'm a TaaS, MAS, SaaS, DaaS provider that you're trying to cater to. Pretend I'm one of those people. Pitch me, and then I ask. So I let them try, and then I give them back my feedback, which usually means, hey, you got to talk to my product manager. You got to talk to my VP. You got to talk to my executive vice president. So we need to talk to you some more. And in transportation, that was this year, every conference, that was like one of the top 5 topics is not only are we overpaying, at the lane to buy the vehicle. Now we've got to figure out how we have to factor in the charge to get the car here, get it here in a timely manner, make sure it's in the condition that we bought it in. So I think that's one of the, and we've talked about it here, it's one of the holy grails that once that is solved for using technology, you will see some dramatic changes in the transportation side of the business.
And I was thinking of this too, is that, like, so when I show up at a show and I don't know, I mean, I just feel really uncomfortable, out of water. Yeah, lots of listening. I don't worry about, I'm going to try to get a deal out of this deal. So tell me what, I've walked up to so many booths. So what do you do?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it right now, there are dozens of digital retail providers now. They're think of like an auto trader type of a platform. So you have all these listing and marketing platforms that are coming out. And every time I ask them to sell me your spiel, and they go through the processes. So now I just bought the vehicle. How do you get it to me? What are your options for me to make sure I get it in a time frame I want, in the condition that I was told it's in, and that the person who delivers it to me knows what the vehicle's like? I need to understand that. We hadn't thought about that, so we need to talk to you.
Well, and as you point out, this is where many folks develop new ideas of something to build as a business because of the problems they learned that exist. Right. Yeah.
But the pandemic has created, for giving an example, the dealer body. The most successful dealers today have fully embraced being a bring it to me dealer. They use concierge service and concierge delivery for sales on every transaction. So they give you the ability. Do you want to deliver you want the vehicle delivered to your office or to your home, or do you want to bring your vehicle in for service, or have us pick up your vehicle for service and deliver it to you? When we deliver it back to you, office or home. Those are the most successful dealers today. And when you talk to them, you find out that there are a lot of dealer groups that want to do the same thing, but they don't know how to get started.
I've heard
so conferences like Digital Dealer and NADA give you exposure to those dealers when you're walking around, like when you're at the FinTech conference, right? Lenders need to start thinking about, okay, how can I incorporate the expense or the cost of acquiring that transportation into the finance agreement of the vehicle, because I'd like to get paid interest on that. Instead of giving that money to a floor plan company, let me incorporate that into the financing. We already do it when we buy a new home. I mean, you look at that long list of charges that's on there. I had a conversation with a new floor plan company. I'm saying, how are you addressing the idea where some solution providers want to incorporate the finance charge for delivery? Like, we need to talk about that. I don't know.
And it's interesting is that I was intimidated also at that one too. I didn't propose solutions like that to problems that I saw. I was just trying to catch up. And that is one of the things. That's what's so important here, is that we're moving at the speed of light. I mean, you're throwing out terms people don't even know what you're talking about. SaaS, MaaS, TaaS. What are you talking about, Paul? Right? That's how fast we're moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've often said on ATI, in mere months we've progressed 10 years in technology, just in months, in a matter of months, and it's just going to accelerate from here.
And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I mean, I throw that out there because I know some folks are like, well, this and that. And I tell you, as that's true, the speed of light of information and technology, some things refuse to change, such as rates of loads that are on load boards built with technology from 10 years ago. It's weird.
Right.
So there's this real, mixing of the universes. It's very strange.
I think you'll see that change here really quick, because the OEs are looking to do about 50% of their new vehicle orders they'll handle directly, through their tier 1 websites. So you can go online and order that red vet you saw, A to Z, but you're doing it directly with the factory. The vehicle gets shipped to the dealership of your choice for delivery. And then OE will start saying, we need faster delivery times. They will do what Amazon offers, free shipping. You want it in 2 days or 3 days, within a realistic time, because if you're in California, and you're buying a car that's in New York City, you can't get it in 3 days, obviously, but in a realistic time. And as a consumer, Amazon has proven they will pay for it because it's what they want. They just need to be offered it.
Here's what we're going to do now. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Bart Schuster. We're going to bring back Martin. And what I like to say is, so this is part of the fun of the trade show. This is the reality of the experience. Is now you've been in a session. Maybe you were taking information. Maybe you were having a one-on-one meeting. Now you're back in the hallway, and you're suddenly talking to a small group of people. And this would be an example of that. Bart, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I certainly can, Jay. Good evening.
All right. So, Bart, this is your debut on Auto Transport Intel. Bart is the VP of Business Development at AutoSled. Bart, please say hello to us.
Hello. And Jay, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come and be a part of your wonderful presentation and production. It was a pleasure to drive our relationship a little bit further at Used Car Week in Vegas.
So we met at Used Car Week in Vegas. Bart was part of a booth for AutoSled. Martin, you were there. Now, Bart, do you go to Digital Dealer at all?
I do not.
No.
Not as of yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not
but
yet.
I think you gave me direct orders that I would be attending in the near future.
Does that make sense, Paul? What do you think? Should he be a Digital Dealer?
I think anyone servicing the automotive industry should go to the digital dealer. Probably just to be able to understand all the solution providers that is out there and how they plan to service the customer. And if it has to do with pickup and delivery of the vehicles for ATI, you need to figure out how are they solving for that. And most of the people I spoke to hadn't even considered it. They were relying on the dealer to figure out how to solve for it.
Ooh. Interesting. That's an interesting point. Hey, Martin, did you get to visit all the booths on the exhibit floor at Used Car Week?
I did get to see all of them and take note of everyone who was there and talk to a few of them. So it's I would say, getting back to what Paul was mentioning, vendors and the exhibitors are some of the easiest people to talk to at these events because they're ready-made just to talk about their products and their services, and you can really get a lot of good information and make good connections. And it also works the other way too. I observed something really interesting. I was also involved with the Fleet Forward conference, helping to host that in San Jose last month, which focuses on electrification and AI and mobility. And there was one exhibitor who was demonstrating their product, and somebody representing the city of LA walked up and said, "Oh, we need to buy 60 of those." Wow. And you never know when a good deal or some kind of a connection is going to be made, or something right. is going to hit the right button. And I forget what the saying is, 50% or 75% of everything is just showing up.
That's
and
right.
Just having a presence and having that face time can lead to all kinds of business deals and connections.
Don't you guys find that just going to those conferences and hearing the different ways the businesses are tackling problems, even if they're in the same lane, they're just got two different modes of travel to accomplish the same thing. That blows me away. Mm-hmm. I love to hear, oh, I see how you're doing that. Did you know they're doing it too? But the way they're doing it is different from the way you're doing it. It's a great conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can come away with that regret. Well, why didn't I think of that? Because it was just it's so obvious. So that's why you always have to be in the loop and mixing it up at these events.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was over here just, man, people's schedules. This has been a crazy day of schedules. Got a message. Becky's not feeling well. Ty might be tied up, but that's okay because the show must go on. We've only got 30 minutes left. Let's do this. We're still at the trade show. And, okay, camera one, and you guys are in the live chat. Well, let's do this. Let's welcome, we still have, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Bryanna Cox. Now, Bryanna was also at Used Car Week, and if it seems that I'm favoring Used Car Week, here, let's do this. If it seems like I'm favoring Used Car Week, well, yes, we were just there. That's where I got to see a lot of my friends. So there's not much I can do about that. But what I'd like to see happen is at the next shows that are happening, NADA, Car Conference, IARA. Actually, I want to pull up that list again as Bryanna joins us. Let's do, where's my list? Let's take a look at that. Oh, and there's my list. There's Bryanna, and I'll unmute. Check. Mic check. Bryanna, can you see us and hear us okay?
Yes, I can. I kind of had to figure out which one to mute. The YouTube or the Zoom, but I'm catching up, guys.
All right, well, that's cool. So, all right, Bryanna, you were at Used Car Week. You had an amazing session. Tell us more about you, your business, and a little about Used Car Week.
So my name's Bryanna Cox. For those who don't know, my husband and I co-own Asset Resolutions. It's a repossession company in Houston. Super tough market. We've been here going on about 12 years. And I did have the honor to be selected to speak at Used Car Week. And I didn't quite get it. Jay and I have been connecting, trying to bridge the gap between the repossession companies and the transport industry. And I've been on his show a couple times and it's been amazing. But I did talk more about the repossession industry and the finance side during my presentation there. And it was an awesome presentation. I kind of hope to be able to give that presentation again. Maybe at I am going to apply to speak at the Auto Intel Summit. So we'll see what Bill and them have to say about that. But really cool experience. I thought it was a great event, and it's good to kind of see more sides of our industry coming into these auto finance events because there's so many sectors that are important, and they kind of haven't had a seat at the table or a voice before, and so it's really cool to see all of that coming together.
Mm-hmm.
And in this session that you had, it just so happens that finance became a big part of that Q&A, that back and forth. I was talking about the supply chain, from lenders to, we have a middleman in our industry too, kind of like how you guys do. We have the forwarders and then, the actual repossession agencies and that supply chain and how we can repair some of the damages that have been done to that supply chain and kind of move forward together successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have a question for Bryanna?
Bryanna, when you talk about the finance, were there any floor plan companies or bigger lenders looking at ways to get creative around financing the repo vehicles for 2022 since the valuations will be so high?
So remarketing was a huge topic. Even recovery agents are talking about remarketing like they've never talked about before. Because obviously we saw during COVID, during those, the lockdown, during the worst months of it, they were filling up local racetracks with cars that were just sitting. And so, and here our auctions were overflowing and there was just nothing moving in and nothing moving out. So remarketing was a huge topic at almost every single presentation that I went to, from the ones that were given by the recovery agencies to, the forwarders and the lenders, because it's so important. We realize that, we can't have these vehicles sitting, especially at a time like this, which with the chip shortage and with the default so low and new car sales so low, and and used car values being at an all-time high. So I think everyone's kind of trying to move into that space and understand it a little bit more, and work together to be able to create solutions for this massive market that we've suddenly encountered.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it so strange that we went from that overflowing, crazy, we need another football stadium parking lot to put all these cars, to nothing? I find that really hard to grasp, actually.
Well, and defaults being at a national low too. Jay, you and I talked about this briefly at Used Car Week. You had mentioned something about how the transporters were getting frustrated with the recovery agencies because they weren't picking up as much. And I told you, we haven't even dipped our toe, really, the majority of us, into that remarketing space. And so it's really not us. It's that the defaults are so low. And Paul and I have talked about this also.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so it was actually, well, at your session, while people were talking, I met a guy that runs a tow company in Chicago, and he also has a 4-car hauler. And so because things were slow, he was trying to move more of his business into auto transport. And then we see in auto transport more folks getting into freight. So yeah, there's this, everyone's playing some version of musical chairs.
Yeah. Was that Dave Johns Jr. from Done Right?
Ryan from Tow.
Okay, so Ryan Miller.
Maybe I met that other guy too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Ryan Miller.
they work together on the new Illinois Association there.
I think they were standing right next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, proof that if I wasn't at a trade show, I would have never met Ryan. And he's going to be on A Cars on the Move in January.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. He's definitely an asset to our industry for sure.
At Used Car Week. That happened at Used Car Week.
I gotta say, Used Car Week was probably, and maybe it's just because we've been so closed off for the last 2 years, but honestly, I think it was one of the best industry events I've ever been to, because even though it's hard to pick things because you can easily miss things because there's so much going on at once, I really think it was the most engaging, inclusive event that we've had in so long. I mean, everybody from every aspect of auto finance was there.
Yep, you're going to see a lot more of that. Everyone needs to learn, everyone wants to learn how to survive 2022 and 2023. We're coming off of our second year of under 15 million new vehicle sales. That's the used car factory. That's the 0 to 2 year old vehicle that's in high demand at dealers, and they can't get it now. And now you think about the 3 to 6 year old vehicles. That supply is already out in the market, and it's just going like this. It's just getting.
Even commercial
it's like
vehicles.
Bitcoin.
Even commercial vehicles, like us trying to turn over new tow trucks. We're looking at $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 increases depending on what style of truck and bed that we're choosing right now, if we can even get it.
Yeah. Ryan's in the live chat. He's like, "That was me." That is awesome. That is so.
It is
cool.
Repo Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
Repo Ryan. That's awesome, man.
So Jay, since Used Car Week was one of your first conferences, I don't know if you guys see how thick that stack is. It's a really thick stack of business cards.
Oh,
it's
okay, yeah,
that's 4 inches thick.
That's a brick.
Yeah. It's worth the event. I come back home exhausted. I might sleep an average of 15 hours the entire time while I'm there. NAD is the only one that I go to that we actually have a booth.
I was exhausted too. Mm-hmm. Yes. And you say, okay, NADA, you have a booth. You're in the booth at NADA?
Yes. So while I'm at the booth, I'll be engaging all my clients that I have appointments for. But when you're there and you have a booth, you have your clients come by and say, hey, we're going out tonight, right? We're doing this tonight. And of course, I want to entertain them, and we go out, and they don't have to get up early because they don't have a booth. I do. So I enjoy all the other conferences because I don't have a booth.
Well, okay, I'm glad you said that, because the booth changes your dynamic. Bart's in the booth, and Bart, I want to ask you this. Not only I want you to talk about the booth for a minute and how that changes your dynamic, but how do you manage the follow-ups of all the information and the meetings that you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. And I'll tell you, so this was the first used car week that I attended. I did sit in on Bryanna's chat, and I will tell you that, I guess, maybe just a super fast background. So I'm almost a quarter century in the automotive business. My first 14 was spent in retail. And then the last 10, as we like to say, I went over to the dark side, kind of working for the OEMs, if you will. And, you know, the repo aspect of the business was something that I was obviously very aware of, right? Certainly with our captive. And when I attended the show, but it wasn't necessarily really kind of within my wheelhouse. I wasn't on that side of it. I wasn't on the captive arm, and quite frankly, on really the marketing and sales division of my organization. It wasn't something that kind of resonated on a regular basis. I think probably the extent of it was where we would, you know, possibly coach and counsel dealers who had, let's say, higher default rates, right? Mm-hmm. But even higher default rates don't necessarily really equate to the end result of being a repo. So it was very eye-opening, and to Bryanna's point, it was very interesting to see how the entire food chain, if you will, right, really got upset by a lot of this. And there's a lot of contributing factors, a lot of people that were probably, you know, very severely underwater in their current vehicles, and in theory on the precipice of meeting the repo man, found themselves in either an equitable position or through other means that we all know what they are, you know, found an extra handout that was able to write them. And it was interesting to see them to be in the first half of the show where we had this booth, which I'll talk about in a moment, to really see that side of the business, and either, you know, really the facts that we're facing them. But in addition to that, and one of the things that I always find so remarkable about people in the automotive industry and car dealers as well, is we're remarkably adaptable creatures, right? We are chameleons by nature, right? If I fade into the wall behind me, I'll be white, and I'll have a bunch of colors if I jump behind Jay. And although this is a 100-year storm in the business, right? There's a lot of people that are still finding ways to be creative, and if that's switching from cars to freight, right? If that's switching from, you know, whatever to whatever, dealerships that were selling, you know, 4 or 5 to 1 new are now selling the inverse of that in used. So it's just been very dynamic, and I think as an industry in whole, I don't know a group that's really more resilient to whatever headwinds they face, and I think that's a testament to the people within the industry and the industry itself. You know, you got to have thick skin to be here, and toughness breeds toughness. So that being said, you know, Used Car Week was interesting for me for a couple reasons. One, I made some phenomenal contacts, and interestingly, not as much on the dealer side, although we did pick up some very good dealer contacts. Unfortunately, I've even been able to do business with them as well at AutoSled. But a lot of the other industry to industry business, I don't even know what we're going to call that, B2B. I mean, B2B is business to dealer as well, but really kind of people that I necessarily wouldn't always align with. And I think that it was brought up earlier about, you know, certain different traffic lanes or traffic patterns or strengths that other competitors of us have in the industry, and things that we might be doing different. And the opportunity to be maybe better insofar as if I had 1,000 dealers to speak to, I would have never talked to the gentlemen that were in the booth next to me, right? We're forging a relationship with them. We're bringing them on board. They're an auction house. Right. We have a unique opportunity to serve their business in a way that they've had some difficulties being serviced. So it was very much to your point, Jay, it was an industry show. And I went in with some expectations of what I would see and what I would find. And maybe for a moment or two, I was slightly disappointed. But at the end of the day, there was so much that came out of it. And the in-depth conversations of something that's more than superficial, here's my card, here's my title, let's follow up, right, became meaningful conversations that went on for a period of time that honestly have forged relationships that are hopefully both beneficial for me and the new partners that we've had an opportunity to speak to.
That's right.
So, working the booth, I love, right? If you haven't figured it out, I fuel on being around people and talking to people and shaking hands and figuring out what's going on. I love being a study of people. And that's another reason why I love manning booths, right? Because I'm observant of what's going on around me. One of the founders of AutoSled, David, was along with me for the trip. And, I was going to say we were going to split the time in the booth so we would some time to be off our feet. We were kind of fighting one another for the next person to talk to. So listen, I enjoyed it. And if there was 1,000 dealers to speak to, short of possibly losing my voice, which I think my wife would have found wonderful. It was really a remarkable opportunity to forge relationships that if you would have told me that was what I would have come out of the show with, I probably would have said, you're wrong. But again, coming into it with an open mind and a willingness to learn, I think allows opportunity to breed and grow opportunity, which I thought was rather a remarkable part of the show.
Awesome. All right, so here's what I did. While I invited two more friends because we're in the hallways at the trade show. You never know who's going to walk up, grab a Danish, and join the conversation. So we've got Skye Haulman from One Auction View, and then our friend Lawrence Moore. He's a professional car hauler.
Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Hey, Skye. And Lawrence,
hello,
you can hear us.
Hello,
okay.
hello,
Lawrence
hello.
is here. All right, hey. So let's do this. Skye, you've been on here a couple times. We're going to hit pause. I want to go to Lawrence for a second. Lawrence, you're hearing all this stuff about Used Car Week. You weren't at Used Car Week. What are some of your thoughts right now?
I missed out. I missed it. Totally missed out. I'll definitely won't miss it this year coming up.
Awesome. That's excellent.
Definitely.
And we got Mark Grodicke, Superflow Systems. We got him to come out, and he couldn't make it here tonight. We'll be live with him next Tuesday, so we can catch up with him. Skye, do you normally go to Used Car Week?
No, this was my first time at Used Car Week, and I tell you, I don't think I would ever miss that event. That is such a fantastic event because the size of the event, it's intimate, but still large, and it's still small. And you get a fantastic opportunity to mix with people, see exhibitors, and that's what it's all about. I mean, automotive, that's why we're in this, is obviously the networking and meeting people, and then finding things that are going to help you no matter what side of the fence you on, a vendor, a dealer, finance, whatever, to help your business better, faster, easier, using relationships or technology or all the above.
So it's starting to sound like a Used Car Week show. So let's do this, right? Let's go to let's look at some of these other conferences I got up here, because everybody has their own a conference they can call their own. For example, like Paul was talking about NADA. I'm going to guess Paul is royalty at NADA. So I want to get in Paul's limo for the next time I'm in Vegas in March. We can arrange that? That's a good... All right, so
absolutely, my friend.
That's absolutely a done deal. I love it. I love it.
It might take us a few hours to leave the conference or get to the booth, but we're good.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, good. So we've got now Martin is the King of Car Conference. That's March in Vegas. Auto Intel Summit. That is, yes, think FinTech. The word FinTech. Financial Technology Services. This is where money and technology reign at Auto Intel Summit in Raleigh. But Lawrence, let's talk about AHA, Auto Haulers Association of America. If there's anybody here that can talk about AHA, it's Lawrence. Lawrence, what is AHA, all about?
It's a lot of the OEM carriers was at this event, and a lot of the truck manufacturers like the Peterbilts, the Kenworths, the people that builds the car haulers, Cottrell trailers, the Wally Moes, and the 7-car haulers, the 8, the 9 Stingers, 10-car, 11-car. But a bunch of the OEM carriers was there, like the Hanson and Atkins, USALs, all the big names, the OEM carriers was there. Yep.
So can you imagine? So go from NADA to like Auto Haulers Association of America. How mind-blowing that would be. I mean, you're seeing the equipment, you're meeting the owners of auto transport businesses. There have got to be some dealership folks that would be like, wow, this is mind-blowing. I see the guys and I've seen some of the trucks, but to meet the businesses and be able to talk about problems, technology, customers, expectations, home delivery, that's pretty amazing, isn't it?
All that.
Let's keep going down our list here. Okay, so then digital dealer. Yes, we've hit upon digital dealer, which I can't personally speak about. That's the thing is, I was gonna send Ty to both of them, but I really ought to go to one of them.
I'll be at both. I'll be speaking at both.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if maybe the October one. So I actually put over here, over here, I'm trying to, let's see, I'll put both of us. And then I had the organizations on the, I love to make spreadsheets. Once I've got a spreadsheet that I'm working on, I'm like, okay, well, that's the show I'm going to do. And then I'll just work on my spreadsheet live and make people watch me update my spreadsheet. That's cool, right? How about...
I sent you a link for NAF too. I didn't see it on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Joel Kennedy's association, and that's a really good one too. And then the credit union ones as well. I mean, I sent you the one for CUCCC, I think it is.
Okay.
But those are a couple of good like one-off ones too to attend.
In fact, you know what, Bryanna? That's a good point. What are other recovery-oriented shows that you go to and associations? Talk about that for a minute.
So we have 2 national associations. I know that's a little strange instead of like one umbrella. We had historically only had really 2 functioning state associations that were established and long time running, which was Texas ARP here where I am, and then CalAR, which is the California Association of Licensed Repossessors. But during COVID, we kind of realized that much like some of these national organizations do have all of their state chapters, and we really realized that like the states are so important because the recovery laws vary so much. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I think I've mentioned it on a show before. My girlfriend, Wendy, up in Massachusetts, she owns NEAI, a recovery company there. They have such strict private property laws that she can't repo out of a driveway. She can't repo off of any property that the debtor owns. So no parking garages, like she literally has to rely on her LPR and it hopes that she catches these cars at like a mall. I couldn't do it. It's insane. It's wild. I don't even know like how they survive under some states don't have like there's a couple of states, and don't quote me, I'll get you the names. But there's I think 2 or 3 states that like LPR is like illegal, at least for repossession companies due to privacy laws. So we decided like we didn't have a 50-state solution. So Texas ARP and CalAR started working with agency owners in other states because we were kind of sitting on our hands. I mean, even here in Texas, in our red state with all of our freedom, the Texas Office of Credit Consumer Commissioner actually kind of shut us down for about 160 days during COVID. So people think like the economy is bad, our business is better, and it's not really true. And so we started working with like our national associations, and then other just owners. And so we went from 2 functioning state associations to, in 2022, we're going to have 15. And we're super excited about that. And we work pretty closely with ARA, which is one of our national associations. They're super supportive of the state initiative. We do have another national association. They're the Allied Finance Adjusters. And so there's kind of, I get it. There's 2 different visions there, but so they have Allied Finance Adjusters has their semi-annual conference and then their yearly conference. And ARA has one yearly conference, which is called NARS. It's a huge event. Everybody goes. I think it's going to be April in Colorado next year. So we're super excited about it. A lot of the, finance companies go, a lot of the forwarders, not so much transporters or anything. We're kind of not there yet with our repo events, but it really is a good event to network and kind of connect with our own small sector of the industry. And all of the state associations are working on having their own events as well. Like our friend Ryan Miller, Repo Ryan in the chat, they recently had their first event for their new association in Illinois. There was a meeting in Michigan on December 9th. CalAR recently had their 58th annual convention. So they're our oldest running state association. And that's kind of where we hope to get to. We hope to have at least a 50 state solution, if not 50 states, at least cover every state regionally.
I want to ask this, Bryanna, because Bart wanted to know some of the information you were talking about. Do you have contact info where people can contact you to get some of that info?
Yeah, absolutely. Or I can even send you some links. Obviously, some of these state associations are in their infancy. I've been talking a lot to Joel Kennedy, actually, from NAF about kind of working with them. And we briefly touched on it at Used Car Week too, about just kind of connecting the states and the different software companies and whatever. So I'll send you a list of links if anybody wants, and I'm not that hard to find. Perfect. You guys can see me all over LinkedIn and Facebook and whatnot. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Okay, cool. And we've got, because I think we also have on the agenda, we need to do a show next year with, and you mentioned a guest, and I did give myself an email. What's the name of that person you said maybe we could have on? I can't remember. You don't have to say it live, actually.
Was it Jordan? Because I know we talked about doing
a show
with Jordan about clear data.
So we'll have to circle back, but some of those organizations, we should have Joel back on. We should talk about, because apparently
and all the state presidents, I've kind of become the unofficial secretary to all of the states. I'm actually the membership chair, and I do a lot of the marketing for a few of the states. But I'm the membership chair of Texas ARP. So I'm not actually a president, but I can give you all of the different presidents of the organizations, contact information. And like I said, some are in their infancy. They're not established. They haven't voted on their board yet, but have a lot of active interest. So, as long as they're okay with it, I can give you their information too. But we're really working to support them right now, because we're looking at having 15 states functioning in 2022 or 2023. Sorry. Or wait, yes, 2022. I'm way ahead of myself. I can't keep up anymore. They're running together. It still feels like 2020.
Well, and that's the thing, is that none of these industries operate in a bubble. The recovery agencies don't just pick up cars and recover them because they want to. They're working on behalf of the lenders and the credit unions, etc. And so you learn that. Actually, I got to tell you, kudos when it got to the Q&A and you had the lender speaking. I mean, that was really engaging and interesting stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah. I think all of you guys missed some of the other repo presentations. I think only a handful of us spoke. Jeremy Cross from IRS, James Waldron from First Adjusters, Kristen, Starr, and Emily spoke together on a panel. And Kristen's in Nevada, Starr is in Arizona, and Emily's actually north of me up in Dallas, but she runs several cities. And it was kind of the same points every single time we spoke, because we've never really had a voice before in that side of the industry. So people were really some fireworks happened too. People were unhappy with some of the things that we were telling them, but it was pretty educational because I don't think anybody's ever had the opportunity to ask many of us those kinds of questions before, like about keys and our post repo process and why we're doing some of the things we're doing, that it's not just to like nickel and dime or take money away from the auctions or the transporters or anything like that. It's that we truly, like you said, had to get creative in the ways that we protected our business and increased our revenue.
All right, so all the people you just mentioned, all the organizations, all the people, that's the show, okay?
I will work on that for you. They're all pretty sick of me already from dragging them on Repo America so much, but I'm sure I can wrangle some people up.
And that's the podcast with Patrick Altez, is that right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And Patrick Altez, he's like, his dad was
on.
Harvey Altez, and we call him kind of, well, I never got to meet him, but Pat and I have a great friendship, and a lot of people call Harvey like the godfather of repo. Like he was just like the man.
That is a tough business. I don't know if I told you, Jay, I had a stint in the repo business. I owned a repo company from 08 to 2010 or 11.
I didn't know that.
So that's my hat's off to you, Bryanna. It's a tough grind, and we were in it right at the basically the peak of the business.
Yeah, well, the recession, that's when we moved to Houston and opened as well. We opened in 2008, and a lot of people thought it was going to be like a gold mine. But like I said before, sometimes when the economy is bad, business doesn't actually get better because the government will cut it off at some point.
Yes, if it's too bad. If it's too bad, yeah, if it's too bad, they're gonna put a hold on that, and that people don't understand that exact thing happens. That there's a moratorium.
Well, and the CFPB hit us right then too after that housing crash. So it was like the introduction of like really intense compliance, and then that was a rough time for a lot of people, and a lot of people, just like COVID, didn't make it through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was sad for some of the folks too. I remember some of them were, quite a few people were living in cars. Like we couldn't hook cars. I remember that because there was lots of people living in cars, so that's there's a testament of, when times get really bad, folks are doing the last resort, what they got to do. So it's, and your
and everyone's looking for a reason to sue us now.
Oh yeah. Everybody wants, I get it. Breaking the peace and all the little nuances for technicalities. So a lot of respect for those people that go out there and and repo cars in the middle of the night.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. That's what I call the halls of the trade show. I do. I love that. Hey Bart, did you get to see sessions? You're at the booth most of the time. Did you see any sessions?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Bryanna's speech. It was very interesting just to draw in. I sat in, and I'm trying to remember the topic, but it was in relation to how how some of the lenders are beginning to have to further interact with the companies as well. But I'll tell you, I was there on a mission, and that mission was to man my station. So.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the answer.
Right. And again, my boss and I left town, and as we were parting ways, we said, that was absolutely time and money well spent. And I think, if I walk out of a show and that's my feeling, and then, we've put a couple bucks on the books to substantiate that, then it was a great opportunity to network. And even being here tonight, that the credit union event that Bryanna mentioned is of interest to me. And, the more we're out there, the more opportunity that's to be found, right?
What's the name of that credit union event again, Bryanna?
I think it's CUCCC. Hold on, I pulled it up. CCUCC. Lots of C. But I did post the link in the chat as well. So they have that every year, and they have it right around when the CalR the California Association of Licensed Repossessors have their event as well. And you can always follow CU Collector too. Kevin Armstrong writes that column, and he is constantly posting about, credit union events and industry news.
CU, and I just want to make sure, do we see that link, CCUCC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then CU Collector is a really good publication too. That kind of, they have CU Repossession as well, and post a lot of really good industry news, legislation, things like that.
Awesome. Because that is part of the experience, right? Is getting new information, finding out more stuff that you're missing out on.
Well, and Repo Buzz too. Repo.buzz.
Repo Buzz.
Yeah, Repo.buzz. They have the Repo, like Dave Branch posts all the Repo America podcasts and industry news as well. And he's really good at, and there's also a repo like directory that is full of really solid repo companies all across the United States for anybody who would need that information.
I do want to mention this, and even though I felt like I was trying to be everywhere doing everything, then I still was told, oh, did you see this session? Oh, I can't believe you missed that one. You can't catch everything, even though it's 4 days. I tried. I really tried. But I do want to give a shout out. That fourth day event at Used Car Week, where they had some judges and entrepreneurs, and it was like a Shark Tank. That was awesome. That was an awesome event.
Steve did a great job. Steve Greenfield did a bang-up job hosting that.
Yep. That was super cool. So, Lawrence, what do you think? Do you know? Let's talk about Auto Haulers Association of America event and the spring meeting. Do you know what to expect at that spring meeting in case there's a dealer like, man, I think I'm going to check that out?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a place to be to meet the top execs of these companies, to see their character, to see, like even as me as a driver, before I go to a company to work, I want to know, am I, the character or the, of this company, to see how because there was some guys there, higher ups, they wouldn't even talk to you, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to go work for them. So it's definitely a place to go to see, family-owned businesses like the mom and pop. They're just talking to everybody. So yeah, definitely a place to go to network and meet some of these big companies that you're probably thinking about doing business with, or are currently doing business with. So, yeah.
So here's one. I want to take a second. Okay, so let me get into, all right, Bryanna shared some of these links, and I'm going to put them into the live chat on the, okay, so we have Repo Buzz. Let's see, you shared ccucc.com/events. Okay, got that one. Okay, then there's the, and did that share? Let me make sure that shared. Yeah, that did. And then we've got nafassociation.com. Okay, good. And that's the 22 conference. Oh, and then we've got, okay, reposummit.com. That's Link City. You came prepared. That's excellent. That's excellent. And I like, Lawrence, I like what you said about meeting, but that's good feedback for all of us, isn't it? Don't be the unapproachable booth or owner, right?
Right.
Especially when, and I know we were talking about this. Oh, and you got cure. Oh, not cure. I thought it said cure repossession, but it said CU repossession. Right? And I'm putting these in the live chat. I think it's curepossession.com. Oh man, we got links going crazy here. Lawrence, you made a comment that stuck with me and Ty, and that was you were talking about. Here we go. You were talking about we've got businesses saying they need drivers. Driver shortage, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, what's it like when the driver talks to you? Are you communicative?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because
right.
if you're saying I got a driver shortage problem and you're unapproachable, well, that might be part of the problem. It's
Right.
an interesting thing to notice. And, you know, I don't know if you could bring that up at a trade show, but it's worth noting. You can bring it up here, that you can do. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to do a speed round. All right, speed round is this. You guys ready? Fingers on the buzzers. What show? We're talking Q1, Q2, maybe even Q3, because the Q4 2022 is pretty much TBD. So Q1, Q2, or Q3, which show are you hyped about to go to next? We start with Paul.
NADA.
I knew it.
Yep, hands down.
Awesome. Like you're super excited. When do you start preparing?
I'm already preparing, lining potential conversations up, and just trying to get people to go.
Awesome. Bart, you're next. Which conference are you preparing for next?
NADA.
NADA. That's 2 for NADA. It's a big show. Why, Bart?
I'm actually really interested to see a couple rows away from us is not for guys with my means, but guys that have means like you, Jay. The Cirrus Jet Company is going to have a booth there, so I'm very interested in seeing that.
Ooh, interesting. Well, our goal is Ty's going to be live, so I'm looking for a live interview or coverage. It doesn't have to be an interview. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a secret. Here's what we're doing. When we go live at the show, what we really want is for everybody, I mean, not everybody, but some folks, to get their phone out and join us live in the Zoom meeting from the conference room floor. So we'll keep you posted of when we're going to go live, and if you can join us in your own Zoom window in the Zoom meeting on ATI like we do it, that would be incredible. We've done it a few times. It is incredible. Martin, you've been a part of that.
That's right. It's very worthwhile. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It's fun. It's informative, and then that's actually true hybrid. You're there and online.
That's right.
Okay, Jay. Captain
And that would
Obvious.
actually be at a reasonable hour then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be keeping you up all night. Okay, fair enough. We're gonna get to the point. Okay, so here's what I need to do. All right, here, let's go back to this. Okay, next up. Okay, Martin, what conference? I know the answer. What conference are you getting ready for right now and looking forward to?
Well, obviously the car conference. Of course, I'm very biased. I think we're going to have a really exciting conference coming up. We have a lot of still pent-up demand of people wanting to get together. But outside of that, based on what I've heard tonight, I'm going to have to check out the NADA show. I know I have editor colleagues who go to that regularly, but that's right now on my radar. So hopefully I can make it to that.
Cool. Yeah, I can't dispute any of the facts. The evidence is what it is. Skye.
You know, I NADA. I was there for 2020 for my first time, and that it reminded me in many ways of like a SEMA show because it's so big, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done SEMA many times, but it's just immense. It's all things automotive. And, I'm actually kind of interested in that car conference. That sounds really cool. But I'll tell you, the NADA conference is it's just all things, everybody automotive from all spectrums of automotive. That's really one of those, you just have to go there. You have to experience it. And then you can get involved as much as you want and get to meet people, talk to people and so forth. And it's a great event.
And so those are both in March and in Vegas. So, but you got a couple weeks apart, so that's kind of helpful too. And NAAA Total Access. Does anybody have the lowdown on how they're doing that this year at NADA? Okay. All right. So nobody knows. That's good. That's good. Well, but what you can do is you can go to NAAA.com, and they have the information, because their conference got canceled. It was supposed to be in Chicago in September, and one of the COVID waves, I put it that way because now we never know when the next wave is coming. What's after Omicron? Okay, Jay. Let's see. Lawrence, what are you looking at next? I think I have a hunch, but what's next on your schedule?
I would say the used car week, brother. Used
Okay.
car week.
I'll tell you what. So here's what we're gonna do. Are you gonna head back to AHA at all next year?
Of course.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So used car week is in November, and Ty and I are going to AHA in May. So you'll be there, right?
Right.
Okay. So we got the AHA. That's the Auto Haulers Association of America. That's the spring meeting. That's in May in Atlanta, and then they do. I haven't been to the South Carolina show, the Fall Expo, because November gets pretty busy. But anyways, yeah, May, AHA, spring meeting, and used car week. That's so cool. Ty's gonna be thrilled when he finds out you're gonna be at used car week with us next year.
Yes, indeed.
In fact, we may be able, if we're lucky, we might be able to recreate this whole meeting. But before, right? Can we do that? Oh, in fact, Bryanna, you're next on the list. But I want to ask this. You didn't show up on the, I don't know if you had your picture muted. Oh, there you are. No, okay. All right, anyways, Bryanna's like, what am I, chopped liver? Okay, so.
Out of here.
Right, this guy. Okay, so what I wanted to say is this. Okay, before we do anything else, I want to get the this is the let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we are right now going to do the roller coaster photographer moment on Auto Transport Intel. This is the family photo where we're all in the car. We went from trade show to carnival ride. Trust me, okay? We're in the car. We're in the log jam ride together. There's a big wave right around the corner, and there's a photographer waiting there. When I hit the applause button, everybody's excited because the waves are crashing, and we're going to take our family photo, okay? This is for LinkedIn.
We put our hands up?
Yeah, put your hands up, or whatever you would do in the log jam ride. And the photographer, this is for all the marbles. All right, here we go. Ready? So it works somehow. All right, here we go. Here comes the applause. Okay, so it works. Oh, yeah.
You all look the same right now.
Luckily, there's another photographer right over here. Comes the other. It's a big one. Oh, wait, here it is. Yeah! Woo! It's usually the second photographer that gets all the love. Awesome. All right, so Bryanna, what's on your agenda?
So I think I've never been to NADA. I'd like to check it out, but I really am interested in the Auto Intel Summit. I want to know all the new ideas. I want to see presentations that have never been given before. I want to meet people that I wouldn't otherwise meet. And Cherokee Media really puts on some class act events, and I'd really like to follow up Used Car Week with that Auto Intel Summit.
That is a great idea, and given the conversations you had, I think, you'll enjoy Auto Intel Summit. That's in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's in April. I put the link. Obviously, it's autointelsummit.com. Go there and you can, find out all about it and get registered. And I agree with you. Cherokee Media Group does an amazing job, and that we I don't think we've been to that for a few years. I think it was virtual. Actually, I think it was virtual this year. And then 2020 was, well, I don't think anybody did anything. 2020.
I think Used Car Week was virtual in 2020.
Yeah, I think you're right. Which is hard. That brings us back to hot dogs in lane 8. How do you network? How do you network when you can't see anybody?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Zoom is great, but not to fill the gap of networking. I mean, networking is absolutely essential. Most of the relationships that I've built over my career in this industry have been the face-to-face ones, not over a phone call or an email.
Mm-hmm.
Lane 8. I love that, hot dogs in lane 8. That resonates with the car guy that's 20
It sure
years
does.
going to auctions. You know, I've eaten all that food there, and tacos and all the other crazy stuff they throw out there while you're sucking exhaust fumes at, sitting in between the lanes watching cars, or running up there to go bid something while you got your hot dog. Yeah.
That's what Tim was saying. Is that right? He's eating a hot dog and bidding. In fact, I saw this great video. I should have saved the link for it. All the types of bidders at the auction. You've got the bidder that's bidding on 2 running lanes at the same time. The bidder that runs away after they win.
Yep.
The guy that will only bid once and will never bid twice. It was so fun. It's a great
yeah.
video.
No, there could be a whole thing on that. Yeah, that's I've spent decades at these auctions, so I they're lots of fun though. I tell you, they're lots of fun. I've had a blast going to them. When I did go.
I know it's late. Martin had to go, so I sincerely want to thank everybody for taking the time, joining tonight, sharing information. And once again, I'm excited for trade shows in 2022, and so please keep us posted. And because the weeks and the months will go by, but you guys will be back on the channel. Let me know what I can do to help.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
and
everybody.
happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thanks, guys. Nice
night.
to see you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Okay, and I'm ending the meeting now. Okay, the meeting is over. I ended it. That's it. Cut. That's the list. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And there was a lot of interesting information in the live chat. Once again, oh my gosh. And that's not even all of it. I missed some of the stuff. There are so many, there's so many links and so much information. And really to hit all those shows, that's a tall order. That's 1 a month. So Ty's going to be pretty busy, but we want to hit as many as we can, go live at as many as we can. I won't even be at half of them. I don't think so. But I sincerely want to thank for joining us tonight. We had Paul Machin, and we had let me pull up my list here. Martin Romjue, Bobit Business Media, Paul Machin, Black Book. Becky wasn't feeling well; she could not join us tonight. Ty was running late; he was unable to join us tonight. But I want to thank Lawrence Moore. He's a car hauler. Skye Haulman, One Auction View. Bryanna Cox, she's the president at Paradigm Recovery. And Bart Schuster, VP of Business Development at Auto Sled. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to be a part of the discussion and the information. And seeing you guys at the trade shows is awesome. I want to thank Cars on the Move, Ty, for that super chat. Mark Grodicke, thank you so much for your participation. Chris Chamberlain, Candy at Seaport Service, thank you guys so much for helping support the channel. I want to thank you in the live chat. Thank you so much, whether you're watching live or on demand, participating in the live chat, or being a part of the Auto Transport Intel community. Really do appreciate it. It certainly takes a village, and we just keep growing it. And these trade shows are a cornerstone of how we network and learn and grow. So if you have a question, you can't make it to any of them, that's one of the reasons why we go live at them, to help share the information for something you can't attend, because we know you're busy. We know you're out on the road. It is hard being in transportation and organizing everything and being a part of all the stuff you want to be a part of. So that is one of the reasons this channel exists, is to help you access things you just don't have time to access. So let us know how we can help you. You know, you can send in the news. Send it in autotransportintel@gmail.com. You can send me an email and let me know how I can help. If you're looking for training, if you want to share information, please do join us tomorrow on DOT Compliance. That's the Wednesday noon show. That's 30 minutes live with your DOT guy, Brian Riker. Let us know if you have a compliance question. Maybe you've sat through much of this and thought, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider. Let us know how we can help you, because that's what we want to do here. Are you lost in car shipping? Are you trying to grow a business? Did you see a video and it didn't live up to its promise? We want to help. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for tuning in. Do stay safe. Do have a happy holiday. Feel free to join us. We have other shows coming up. Friday, Holiday Transport Prep. That's a special show, noon on Friday on Cars on the Move. Thanks, everybody. Here comes the car hauler. I'm out of here. Good night. Peace out, everybody.